game time with winds out of the northeast at 6 and cloudy skies and rain to our northwest. Paderborn, Germany, the home team in this contest, and it's Matthias Bullman, the starting pitcher at the plate for Southern Illinois. Nick Cuzzi, the left fielder, wears number 9. 3 balls and no strikes as we're just underway here in the top of the first inning. Both teams wearing red jerseys. Southern Illinois, their jerseys have white sleeves, and that is the difference. Both teams wearing white pants. The 3-1 pitch, a ground ball to the left side. Rob Wolf gloves, double clutches, but gets the throw off in time. 5-3 on the putout, and we are underway. Glad to have a Southern Illinois perfect 2-0 in this tournament so far. They have wins over this German baseball academy. Back on Friday night, they won 8-7. So this is a rematch of these two teams. Drew Barrington hitting second. Drew takes one inside from Bullman. Matthias. His pitch is hit out of play to the left. And the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. So they beat this Paderborn, Germany team back on Friday, 8-7. They beat Rio Grande Valley on Sunday, 4-3. And here they play their third game of the tournament. Matthias Bullman with the 2-1 pitch. And that is hit toward foul ground in left field. Out on the berm by the Carterville native Drew Barrington. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here. Top of the first inning. Not a lot of breeze. That pitch is taken inside, runs the count full. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Bullman snags it and underhands it to first. 1-3 for the second out, and now Aaron Sheffer, the right fielder, will come to the plate. No balls, 1 strike to Sheffer. Swings at that one, kind of a half-hearted swing, 0-2. So in this tournament, Paderborn has played 4 games. They are 3-1. They lost to the Southern Illinois team we've mentioned, 8-7. They beat Greensboro 10-6. They beat Santa Monica 5-2, and they beat Rio Grande Valley, Texas, earlier today, 10-9. And a called strike by Bullman. 3 up, 3 down for Southern Illinois. And the home team, Paderborn, Germany, coming to the plate here in the bottom of the first at the Colt League World Series. As we head to the bottom of the first inning here at your Colt World Series, Paderborn, Germany, the home team in this game against Southern Illinois. They'll send their leadoff hitter, Kenny Fermin, Yona Widman, and Alessandro Calasquila will hit third. If anybody gets in, the left fielder, Lasse Nixdorf. Starting pitcher for Southern Illinois is Gavin Holloway, and his first pitch is a called strike. Fermin in this game leading things off. Looks at one a little bit low. Gavin Holloman gets the start for Southern Illinois. Misses outside. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Kenny Fermin batting .455. Looks away, 3 balls and 1 strike. .455. 5 hits and 11 at bats. 2 singles, 3 doubles. He has 2 RBIs. He scored 7 runs. He's walked 6 times and struck out once, and he starts the game off here with a walk to lead things off for the German Baseball Academy. That's going to bring in Yona Widman.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 25, Yona Widman.
Widman batting .143, 2 hits and 14 appearances. And he hits from the left-hand side. Gavin Holloman, we'll go through his defense here shortly. This is lined toward left field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. So the first 2 have reached here for Germany. Defensively behind Holloman, Nolan Cassie, Reese Anthony, Aaron Sheffer, left to right. Gavin Harrell at third, Logan Engel at short, Barrington at second, Nemeth at first. Showing bunt, pulling back, and taking a ball outside is the number 3 hitter, Alessandro Calasquila. Good crowd for this ball game. Showing bunt again and taking the pitch for a strike. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield straight away. The slight breeze, as we mentioned. Clouds starting to thicken up here in Southern Illinois. He tries to bunt that for a strike. They throw it down to first, and the runner from second takes off. And he's got third base in Fermin. So runners at the corners, nobody out. So Germany, something brewing here in the bottom of the first. Holloman steps off. Calasquila made a great play to close out the game earlier. A strong throw from short, deep short, to get the third out. And he steps out. Holloman steps off, and we back into some cat and mouse games here in the bottom of the first inning with nobody out. Runners at the corners, the pitch inside for a ball. Game number 16 of this tournament. We're getting closer and closer to finding out who will be playing for the Colt World Series title. Fly ball hit out of play. So in this game, this is a double elimination tournament. So Paderborn needs a win to keep playing. 3-2, hit toward right. Sheffer, about 7-8 steps to his left, makes the catch for out number 1, but the runner from third in Fermin is going to score, and Germany has the early 1-0 lead on the sacrifice fly by Calasquila. One down, and it's Lasse Nixdorf that comes to the plate. Pitch outside corner from Holloman for strike one. Nixdorf hitting 273. Runner takes off. Got a great jump, and he slides in underneath the tag. Nick Vidman got the jump before the ball was even released. So a stolen base for Widman, and he's in scoring position with one out. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch outside corner just misses. On the infield, behind Holloman, I don't know if I said this, but it's Harrell, Engel, Barrington, Nemeth, and then the catcher, Luke Bowman. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 down. Everybody steps off. Holloman looks in. Gets his sign. Here's the pitch. Taken high for ball 3. 3-1. That is hit out of play as well. Nixdorf at the plate. Looks at ball 3. So the runner at second, and Widman can take off on the pitch with 1 out. Lasse Nixdorf at the plate. Swings and misses. Struck him out. The ball hit the turf. They throw it down, and they complete the strikeout. 2 down. And that's going to bring up the catcher today, Owen Farrellback.
Number 10, Owen Farrellback.
Farrellback has played third base, made some great defensive plays. Today he's behind the plate doing the catching. And he bats from the right side. Slow curve hangs up. Chopper toward first, foul ball for Farrellback. Farrellback in the tournament, batting .444. 4 hits and 9 at bats. Of those hits, all 4 are singles. He's gotten 4 RBIs. He scored 4 times. He's walked 5 times, struck out 2. Fouls this out of play. It's a strong German baseball academy team out of Paderborn, Germany. 4,500 miles away from our location here in Marion. And that pitch taken up for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down, and Germany with a 1-0 lead. That is lined toward left. Coming in, making the catch is Causey. And that ends the bottom of the first inning. Germany scores 1, and we head to the top of the second here at the Colt World Series. Top of the second inning with Southern Illinois coming to bat. It'll be Nick Hubbard, Logan Engel, and Talon Nemeth. If anybody gets on the catcher, Luke Bowman. So for Germany, Matthias Bullman continues to throw here in the second inning. First pitch is away for ball one. Outfield straight away. That one's taken inside, ball two. The lanky right-hander delivers ball three. 3-0. Matthias throws one down the pipe right there. 3 balls and 1 strike. 76 on the radar gun. That's a ground ball towards short. Kenny Fermin, gloves and strong arm from Fermin. 1 up, 1 down. Here in the top of the second inning. So it's going to be Logan Engel. Southern Illinois went 1-2-3 in the first inning. This is the number 5 hitter in the lineup.
Please come to the concession stand. They have found your call. Norio Iseki, please report to the concession stand. Thank you.
Pitch fouled off over into the area right in front of the dugout to our right. That is the Paderborn, Germany dugout. Southern Illinois, the visiting team, the dugout on the third base side. Ground ball up the middle. Fermin is there. He's a Hoover vacuum out there at short. Great speed, back-to-back putouts here in the top of the second inning. And now Talon Nemeth.
Now batting, first baseman, number 27, Talon Nemeth.
Nemeth looks at a strike from Matthias Bullman. 2 outs in a 1-0 game and a big swing and a miss from Nemeth. Here's the 0-2 from Matthias. Checks it inside, ball 1. This Paderborn, Germany team. Strong ball team. Been fun to watch in this tournament. Nemeth from Heron. Bats here, the 2-2. Another grounder toward Kenny Fermin. Just a little flip of the wrist. 3 up, 3 down, all put out by the shortstop, Kenny Fermin. Bottom of the second, Germany's coming to the plate here at your Colt World Series.
27, Felix.
Paderborn, Germany comes to the plate here in the top, or excuse me, the bottom of the second inning. And Gavin Holloman working his second inning of work. It'll be Felix Stroll, Jakob Uber, and Dominic Rawolf. 1 ball, 1 strike from the right-hander Gavin Holloman. Outfield is straight away. Throws it a little bit low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Stroll is batting .200. He's 2 for 10. 2 singles. He's got 1 RBI. He's walked 5 times. He struck out 4 times. And he bats from the right side of the plate. 3-1. Lifted toward right field. Coming over is Sheffer to make the catch. 1 up, 1 down. So now Jakob Uber will bat for the German Baseball Academy. Uber hits from the left side. Hits this one right back. Nice snag by Holloman. The chopper over his right shoulder. He gets it, plants, makes a good throw. 1-3 on the put out for out number 2. And so now it'll be third baseman Dominic Rawolf.
Third baseman, number 9, Dominic Rawolf.
Rawolf looks at the first pitch, low and away. Dominic in the tournament batting .200. He's 3 for 15. All 3 of his hits have been singles. He's driven in 3. He scored 4 runs. Hasn't walked, but he struck out 1 time. And he's played mostly behind the plate as the catcher. He'll hit the ball all over the field. He's got a single to center, a single to left, and a single to right here in the tournament. Holloman starts his windup. Throws it just a bit high. Count is full now. And on deck, the number 9 hitter, Robin Spiess, the designated hitter for this German squad. Down low, Rawolf picks up the base on balls. And he's the first base runner for Germany since Jonah Widman back in the top of the second.
Number 29, Robin Spiess.
So Spiess now is the batter. Spiess, a 167 hitter. He has the designated hitter role here this afternoon. Pitch taken up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's it. Off the club, stadium club here at the ballpark. Here at the ballpark at Thrillville. It's 320 down each line, 400 straight away. Green batter's eye behind the pitcher. Curveball stays up. 3-2. Holloman comes set. Pitch outside. And the count's full. Swing and a miss. Struck him out for out number 3 in the bottom of the second inning. We're heading to the top of the third. Germany leads Southern Illinois 1-0 here at the Colt World Series. Seven, 8, and 9 hitters come to bat here in the top of the third inning for Southern Illinois. It'll be Bowman, Harrell, and Anthony. And a ground ball. That's 4 in a row. Hit to the shortstop. And if you want some strategy advice for Southern Illinois, don't hit it to Kenny Fermin.
Third baseman, number 7.
Your chances increase, I would say, significantly if you don't hit it to Fermin. He's retired 4 in a row, and at the plate now is Gavin Harrell. Harrell, batting for the first time in the game, hits this one in the hole past Fermin, and he listened to the advice for a single. And as English teachers would tell you, hit him where he ain't. Number 9 hitter in Reese Anthony, the center fielder. Matthias Bowman now is up to 30 pitches. The right-hander looks in with the runner at first, throws it over to first, the ball gets away, and there goes the runner. Harrell into second with no throw as Nemeth and Harrell kind of got tied up on the throw over. The ball got away, and so Harrell was able to slide headfirst into second base, and he's in scoring position. So Reese Anthony at the plate. Hits this, pops it up at second. Going back, making the call is Karaskila for the second out of the game. 2 down, top of the order now for Southern Illinois. Nolan Causey. Nolan hits from the right side. He's grounded out to third. The ball gets away from the catcher, Farrellback. And Harrell now just 90 feet away from scoring on the pass ball by Farrellback. That's lined towards center. And it's going to get down for a base hit. We have a tie ball game as Harrell scores on the single off the bat of Nolan Causey. RBI for Causey. And now it's going to be
Number 24.
Drew Barrington, the second baseman.
Barrington.
Drew, a Carterville native. I have the opportunity to call basketball games when Drew plays for Carterville. Base hit into right field from Drew Barrington. And just keep the train moving as Causey now winds up at second. Barrington is at first. It makes you wonder what kind of patience
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 15, Nick Hubbard.
Nico Schumacher will have with this pitcher here. Bowman threw earlier in the day, and his first pitch misses low. They throw back to check the runner at second in Causey, and he dives back in head first. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs. 1-1 ball game. Swing and a miss from Sheffer. Germany scored bottom of the first. Southern Illinois scores here top of the third. That's another swing and a miss from Sheffer. He struck out his first time up. Struck out swinging. That hits Sheffer on the left shoulder. It's going to bring up the number 4 hitter in the lineup. The DH today is Nick Hubbard.
Now batting, the designated
Hubbard grounded out to Kenny Fermin at short. That was the first of 4 consecutive putouts by the shortstop from Paderborn, Germany. Here's the pitch. There's 2 down here in a tie ball game. Lifted foul into the seats to the right. Actually hits up on the concourse level and bounces up onto the box office to our right. .76-mile-an-hour fastball off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's lined into right field, base hit. Down the right field line. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs will come home. And Southern Illinois takes the lead. They lead it 3-1 as both Causey and Barrington score.
now batting, the shortstop, number 23.
Sheffer winds up at third base. And an RBI single from Hubbard scores 2. And now Logan Engel, the shortstop who grounded out to short earlier, his first time up. Ball gets away, and the runner comes home under the tag from Bullman on the toss from Furlbeck. In addition, now you have Hubbard, who's in scoring position at second. So 4 runs have scored for Southern Illinois. They lead it 4-1. Top of the third inning. Pitch just off the plate for ball one. Again, just missing outside, and Engel picks up the walk now. And here comes Heiko Schumacher out of the dugout to come talk to his pitcher, Matthias Bullman. Has his infield around him. He may want to ride on that shoulder of Bullman as long as he can. But here 4 runs have scored. There's 2 outs. And I say right on the shoulder of Bullman because it's more a strategic play. You have to be thinking about the next game. If you win, what is your pitching assignment? And you may have a couple of guys that could pitch, but you don't want to use them because you want to throw them in the next game. So you always have to be thinking ahead. And so Bullman, who's thrown 47 pitches here, has allowed 4 runs here in the top of the 3rd inning. The right-hander looks in at his catcher, Furlbeck, gets the sign, comes set at the belt, and the pitch bounces in. Nice stop by Furlbeck. They throw down to second to force Hubbard back to the bag. One ball, one strike. And that hits Nemeth. And so the bases are loaded for Southern Illinois again. And that's going to send the 10th player to the plate in Luke Bowman.
Now batting, the catcher, number 17, Luke Bowman.
Bowman started off the inning with a ground out to short. A great RBI opportunity here with bases loaded, 2 outs. Lines this down right field, and it's out of play. Outfield straight away. Just a little bit low for Matthias Bullman. Bullman looks in, delivers, ground ball to Fermin. He boots it. Came up on him, and one more run comes in for Southern Illinois.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman, number 7, Gavin Harrell.
1 run scores off the single from Bullman. Off the error from Fermin. In steps Gavin Harrell, the 3rd baseman. Gavin singled. Ground ball up the first base line, picked up in fair territory by Stroll, and he ends the inning stepping on the bag. 3 unassisted. Southern Illinois explodes for 5 runs to take the lead here As we end the top of the third, heading to the bottom of the third, the home team, Paderborn, Germany, coming to the plate. Bottom of the third inning for Paderborn, Germany. It's the shortstop, Kenny Vermeen, top of the order. Leading things off, then it'll be Yona Vidman and Alessandro Casquila. If anyone gets on, Lasse Nixdorf. 5-1 is our score here. 5 runs on 4 hits for Southern Illinois. All 5 of those runs in the top of the third inning. Germany scored their 1 run back in the bottom of the first. They've only got 1 hit. They've committed 2 errors. And Holloman continues to throw for Southern Illinois. 45 pitches on the day for the right-hander. Chopper at the plate by Vermeen. Causey, Anthony, Sheffer in the outfield. Harrell, Engel, Barrington, Nemeth on the infield. Bowman behind the plate for Southern Illinois. Held up, and a leadoff walk here in the third for Kenny Vermeen. Yona Vidman comes to the plate.
Number 25, Yona Vidman.
Center fielder, he singled and was stranded back in the first inning. Bats here in the third. Runner at first in front of him. There's a ground ball towards second, gloved by Barrington. Momentum takes him to first, so he takes that play there. The put out 4-3 for the first out in the bottom of the third inning. And now the number 3 hitter in the lineup, second baseman Alessandro Carrasquilla.
Number 4, Alessandro Carrasquilla.
Right down the middle, but apparently low for ball 1. Carrasquilla fouls that one out of play. In 4 games, Carrasquilla hitting 357. 4 singles, he's got a double. 1 RBI, he scored 5 times. Walked 3, struck out 3 times. Ball gets away, and that's going to allow Kenny Vermeen all the way to third base. So Vermeen puts himself in scoring position again. Ground ball towards short. Engel gobbles it up, throws across 6-4. 2 down.
Now batting to left fielder, number 8, Nixdorf.
Lasse Nixdorf at the plate. From the right side, looks at a pitch for a called strike. Struck out his first time up. Chomps this one foul. Hits right on the plate. Stays foul. Nixdorf hitting .373. 3 hits and 11 plate appearances. No, excuse me. 11 at bats, 16 plate appearances. And the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Five to 2 our score. Fermin had scored. And Nixdorf gets hit on the shoulder, so he takes his base. And that is going to bring Furlbeck to the plate. The catcher here this afternoon. Popped out to left his first time up.
Now batting, the catcher, number 10.
5 to 2 our score. 5 runs on 4 hits for Southern Illinois. 2 runs on 1 hit for Germany. Little bit low for ball 1. That's off the fist and foul up the first base line. Outfield straightaway defensively. Called strike. 78-mile-an-hour pitch from Holloman. With a runner at first. The 1-2. In the dirt. Nixdorf takes off for second. Rounds the bag a couple of steps. And the pass ball. By Bowman. Furlbeck. Right up on the plate. Looks at one and gets past Bowman again. Tying him up a couple of pitches. The throws from Holloman. And when you see that like that, that typically means there's some confusion on the signs between the pitcher and the catcher. As a matter of fact, catcher Luke Bowman goes out and has a conversation with his battery teammate, Gavin Holloman. There's a chopper right back to the pitcher. Underhands it to first. And that's going to end the inning. But Germany scores one more. They trail it 5 to 2 as we head to the top of the 4th inning here at your Colt League World Series. 5-2 ball game here at our Colt World Series here on a Monday evening. Southern Illinois is sending up the number 9 hitter, Reese Anthony, to start things off here in the top of the 5th inning. Southern Illinois leads it 5-2, 5 runs on 4 hits. They've not committed an error. Germany, 2 runs on 1 hit. This is a little pop fly right side coming in. First baseman for Germany, Felix Stroll, could not get there. He laid out for it. That happened to him in the game earlier today. He had a little foul ball that was tailing away from him, and he wound up laying out for it and missed it just by inches, just like he did on this one. This one was a much further run. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lined right back up the middle, base hit for Reese Anthony into center field. So Southern Illinois starts with a man on. Top of the order now for Noah Causey.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 9, Nolan Causey.
Nolan hits from the right side. He popped out. He has an RBI. Single. And he looks at the first pitch, called strike. Off goes the runner. The throw down. In time to gun down Causey. Good throw from Farrellbeck. Two 4 on the putout for the first out, so that erases the base runner. Curve, slap down the third base line, fair ball, gloved by Rawwolf, and legging it out is Nolan Causey.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 24, Drew.
So Drew Barrington, who singled his last time up, he scored the second run of the game for Southern Illinois. Hits from the left side. Grounded out his first time. Singled and scored. Vermean is doing the pitching now. Failed to mention that. At the top of the inning, we'll get the numbers on Matthias Bowman. Called strike. And strike 3. Barrington strikes out for out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, pressure, the right fielder, number 12, Aaron Shepard.
Here's Sheffer with the runner at first. Looks at a pitch, ball 1. Some defensive changes for Germany here this half inning. We'll get those. I'm just writing those down. So in left now, it's Robin Spies, Widman in center, Huber in right. Laz Nixdorf moves in from left to third. Kenny Fermin, as we mentioned, the new pitcher. So second baseman, Alessandro Carrasquilla, moves to short. Dominic Rawwolf moves from third to second. And they check the runner at first. He gets back in. So those are the defensive changes for the German Baseball Academy. Grounder towards short. Kalaskida's throw is in time. Good short hop grab. 6-3 on the putout. Ends the top of the 5th inning. Nobody scores. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. Germany coming to the plate. 5-2 is our score here at the Colt World Series. Fiddick Stroh will lead things off for Team Germany here in the bottom of the 4th inning in a 5-2 ball game. Southern Illinois continues to lead 5-2. They scored their 5 runs all in the 3rd inning. 5 runs on 6 hits. Germany scored once in the 1st, once in the bottom of the 3rd. They bat here in the 4th. Ground ball right to 3rd baseman. Harold Guns across in time. 5-4 on the putout. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's going to bring Jakob Uber, the right fielder, to the plate.
Now batting, right fielder, number 14, Jakob Uber.
Gavin Holloman still on the mound for Southern Illinois, up to about 68 pitches. Uber in the tournament, hitting a cool 300. 3 hits, 10 at bats. Those 3 hits all singles. No RBIs, but he scored 3 times, and he swings and misses at that pitch. 79 on the gun from Holloman. Pitch away, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count, 3-2. Misses away and a walk issued to Jakob Uber. So that's going to bring Dominic Rawolf to the plate.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 9, Dominic Rawolf.
Rawolf. Lit or down, right down the middle for a strike. No balls, one strike with the runner at first now. And Stroll. Throw across the check. He gets back on the bag. Fouled off the fist. Straight back. No balls and 2 strikes. Called strike, struck him out. Got him looking. It's 2 down here in the 4th. Robin Spees.
Left fielder, number 29, Robin Spees.
Speeds, who was the DH, he's in left field now. Comes to the plate. Swings in the first pitch for strike 1. Called strike for 0-2. That's a ground ball up the middle. Engel grabs it, steps on the bag to get the force of Jakob Uber. That ends the 4th inning as we head to the 5th. 5-2, Southern Illinois. Nick Hubbard comes to the plate for Southern Illinois as he bats here in the top of the 6th inning. Top of the 5th inning. balls, 2 strikes. And a ground ball through into right field past Dominic Rawwolf.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 23, Logan Engel.
Logan Engel is the batter. Two balls and 1 strike with the runner at first in Hubbard. And a walk is issued. So the first 2 on here for Southern Illinois.
First baseman, number 27, Talon Neiman.
Talon Nemeth. Talon, the first baseman. He's got 2 runners on. Kenny Fermin continues to throw. He's up to 26 pitches here in relief of Matthias Bowman. Pop foul onto the roof here above us. There's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fermin comes set. Throws it away. Evens the count 2-2. Called strike 3. Caught the outside corner. It was close. And that's the first out here in the 5th inning.
Now batting, the catcher, number 17.
It's going to bring up the catcher, Luke Bowman.
Bowman.
Bowman from Tamaro. Hits from the right side. Chomps that foul off his ankle. In the game, Bowman is grounded out. And he is singled, has an RBI. Actually reached on the air to the shortstop for Mean. His last time up. So Bowman has Hubbard at second. Engel at first. That misses inside. The count now 3-1. The 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Fermin throws right around 79, 80 miles an hour on the fastball. From the stretch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Fermin. 2 down. And Gavin Harold, the third baseman, will come to the plate.
Now batting, third baseman, number 7, Gavin Harold.
called strike to Harrell. Harrell single and scored, and he grounded out to the first baseman. 1 for 2 in the game. Strike 2 from Kenny Fermin. Fermin just throwing strikes, 0 and 2. Timeout called by the batter in Harrell. Misses away, ball 1. Lined into left field, base hit for Harrell. Stopping at third is Hubbard. And now Southern Illinois has the bases loaded. And the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Reese Anthony. Comes to the plate.
Now batting, center fielder, number 0, Reese Anthony.
Fouls that one straight back. Curve in the dirt. Not far enough for the runners to advance, though. Fermin looks in. The pitch. Misses outside. With 2 out, 2 balls, 1 strike. 5-2 ball game. Bases loaded for Southern Illinois. Lifted toward right. Pop fly coming in and making the catch. Long run from Jakob Uber. That ends this 5th inning. Nobody scores. And we head to the bottom of the 5th with Germany coming to the plate. And they trail. They need some runs. They trail 5-2 here at the 2023 Colt League World Series. Also, this reminder, we understand that you're not seeing the center field camera shot. We have some rain that's starting to maybe move this way, and we just need to protect that gear out there. So that's why that center field camera shot has gone away for a little bit. We'll get it back as soon as we can. Kenny Fermin leading things off for Team Germany. Top of the order will be Fermin, Woodman, and then Karaskita. And that's a base hit for Kenny Fermin. He's reached base in all three of his bats here today. First two with walks, this time a single to left. Gavin Holloman continues to throw. He's the starter. He's up to 80 pitches here. And so now, leadoff runners aboard for Germany. Weedman. They check the runner. Fermin at first. As I think he got something in his eye. He's okay now. Gets his big lead, about 4 or 5 strides out. Leans in, looks at the pitcher. Misses outside with the pitch Holloman does. The count 1 ball, 1 strike. They throw to first. As Fermin continues to be a menace on the base paths. That is lined out of play. Both runs in the game by Germany have been scored by their leadoff hitter, who's on first. And so he sets the table offensively. Holloman from the stretch. That's a ground ball right side. Barrington charges, gloves, and flips it to first for the first out. 1 down, and now shortstop. Carrasquilla comes to the plate.
Shortstop, number 4, Alessandro Carrasquilla.
Coming up, our next game and final game of the night will be Youngstown, Ohio against Japan. That should be a good ball game. Japan's playing really good ball, and Youngstown, Ohio is solid. Here's the pitch from Holloman, taken low for ball 2. It's a nice night here at the ballpark. It's going to check the radar and see where that rain is at. Just a few light showers off to our northwest. Not like we saw on Saturday night where we had severe thunderstorms roll through the area. 75-mile-an-hour plus winds. Knocked the power out. About 7. Power went out around 7:30 or so, 7 o'clock. There's a called strike. So we were unable to finish our play Saturday night. It just made a tremendously long day yesterday because we had to make everything up. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Here comes Fermin around from second home. He slides home safe. RBI single for Carrasquilla. Drives home. Fermin. And he scored all 3 of the team runs for Germany. And now, conversation taking place out the mound with Gavin Holloman in the infield. Holloman is up to 90 pitches here today. So he's going to try to finish things up with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The winner advances. Southern Illinois is 2-0. A ground ball, left side. They throw to second for the force, on to first. They can't get the double play, but they get the lead runner. 5-4 on the putout, 2 down. Fielder's chores for Nixdorf. And now it's going to be Furlbeck that comes to the plate. If Germany cannot come back in this game, then their tournament will be done. As they have one loss, and that was the first game of the tournament when they lost to this same Southern Illinois team 8-7. It's been a pretty evenly matched 2 games between the two. 8-7 was the final in the first game. It's 5-3 here in the second matchup. Ground ball toward short. Gloved, thrown across for the putout. So that ends the 5th inning. We're going to head to the 6th. Southern Illinois, a 2-run lead. 5-3 over Team Germany here at the Colt World Series. Top of the 6th inning. Team Southern Illinois with a 2-run lead. It is 5-3. And for Southern Illinois, it'll be the top of the order. Nolan Causey, Drew Barrington, and Aaron Sheffer. If anybody gets on, Nick Hubbard. New pitcher for Germany. It's going to be shortstop Alessandro Carrasquilla that moves in to replace Kenny Fermin. Fermin heads back to short, and a hit batter to start things off on the first pitch. Causey takes his base. So now Drew Barrington comes to the plate. Barrington, he's grounded out, he singled and scored, and he struck out. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes ball 1. 5-3 our score. 5 runs on 8 hits for Southern Illinois. 3 runs on 3 hits. 2 errors committed by Germany here. And a pitch low from Karaskila. Defensively behind him, Robin Spees in left. Widman in center. Uber in right. Nixdorf at third. Kenny Fermin at short. Romwolf is at second. Stroll is at first. Farrellbeck continues to catch. Two balls and 1 strike. Nobody out. They throw and check on the runner at first. He gets back safe. There's a baseball that got onto the field with some of the kids down the right field line. Karaskila looks in, gets his sign. There goes the runner. The throw to second. Not in time. Good backup out there by Romwolf. So a stolen base for Kazi. He's got a couple of those here in this game. Inside to Barrington. Drew hits from the left side of the plate. Base hit could be a run. And he's looking at a 3-2 pitch. Inside, walked him.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 12, Aaron Shepard.
Sheffer, the hitter for Southern Illinois. 2 on. Nobody out. Karaskia, the pitcher, the right-hander. Sheffer hammers at toward the dugout on the third base side. The pitch, low and away. They throw down behind the runner at second. Youngstown, Ohio, down in the batting cage, down the right field line, going through their pregame warm-ups, their pregame swings. Ground ball, grabbed by Los Nixdorf. Throws it on, and they can't complete the double play. But they do get the force of Barrington at second. That's out number 1. Cossey winds up at third. And on the fielder's choice, Sheffer is at first, and now it's going to be Hubbard. And a courtesy runner coming in, it appears, for Sheffer. Because Sheffer may be the next pitcher. He's heading to the bullpen.
Pitch running at first base for Team Southern Illinois.
I see the catcher setting on the bench out in the bullpen all by himself, waiting on Sheffer to come join him. That's a base hit into left field. Drops in front. 1 run is going to score as Causey comes home. A sharp hit line drive to left. Sheffer at second now, and Hubbard The runner at first after the RBI base hit. So Logan Engel can hit. Still just one out. 6-3 the score now. That's a little bit high, ball one. Misses away. 3 balls and no strikes. With 1 out. Runners at first and second. Karaskia's pitch. That's hit on to the box office area of the ballpark. Little bit low. And another walk. Engel at first now on the walk. So here comes Talon.
First baseman, number 27.
Talon Nemeth. Nemeth, the game is grounded out. He singled and he struck out. Hitting from the right side. Base is loaded. Base hit. Left field. In to score is Sheffer. An RBI single. (7-3) now, Southern Illinois.
Now batting, the catcher, number 17, Luke Ballman.
Luke Bowman, the catcher. Grounded out, struck out. And hits here in the 6th inning with the bases loaded. With just 1 out. So Alessandro Galaskia will have to come at him. No place to put him. Infield in at the corners. In a 7-3 game. And it's late in the game. Top of the 6th. Called strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fouled off the end of the bat. Cued it out toward the dugout. Past the first base coach. Who makes the play? Swing and a miss, dropped the 3rd strike. But there's nothing they can do. Runners took off with just 1 out. They need to come home. They need to figure out what they got to do here. We've got runners all over the place. So they've just got people tied up. Get the out. The run scores from 3rd. I don't know how to describe that. The run from 3rd scores. And so I'm just going to say it was a drop third strike. So all the runners, because it was a full count pitch, had taken off. And so just with one out, I don't even know how to describe it. There's a lot to it. We'll try to unpack it and describe it when we come back. Bottom line, 8-3. Southern Illinois leads Germany here as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. Bottom of the sixth inning with Team Germany needing some runs. They trail by 5. It's 8-3. Felix Stroh leading things off here. And a new pitcher for Southern Illinois, Randy Fuqua, as comes in to relieve Gavin Holloway. Gavin in the game went 5 innings, allowed just 3 hits, 3 runs. All 3 were earned. He walked 4, struck out 3, through a total of 93 pitches. Giving way to Randy Fuqua here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 8 runs on 10 hits for Southern Illinois. 3 runs on 3 hits. 2 errors committed by Germany. And there's one for the press box. That is, number 2 that's gone to the press box. Good thing we have bulletproof glass up here. Pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner. 81-mile-an-hour fastball. Got Stroll looking. And there's one down. Jakob Huber comes in to the left side of the batter's box.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 14, Jakob Uber.
Uber in the game. He's grounded out. He's walked. And another strikeout for Randy Fuqua. 2 down.
Now batting, second baseman, number 9,
Dominic Rommel.
Frobel.
Rommel comes to the plate. Looks at 2 pitches, 2 balls. Coming up, our next game will be Youngstown, Ohio, taking on Chiba, Japan. Ball in the dirt. 3-0. Rommel has walked. He struck out looking. Bats here for the 3rd time and looks at strike 1. Inside for ball 4 and a walk issued. And a pitch hitter coming to the plate.
Now batting, left fielder, number 29, Robin Speeds.
Pinch hitter number 20. And that is going to be Andre Gonzalez. Right back to the pitcher. Lined out for the 3rd out. Top of the 7th we go. It is 8-3. Southern Illinois coming to the plate here at the Colt World Series. Top of the 7th, we go in an 8-3 Southern Illinois lead over Paderborn, Germany. New pitcher is Jakob Uber for Germany and promptly greeted with a single to right center field by the leadoff hitter for Southern Illinois, Gavin Harrell. So it's going to bring up the number 9 hitter,
Now batting,
Reese Anthony.
center fielder, number 0, Reese Anthony.
Defensively, Roloff moves to right field. Weedman in center, Spies in left. Stroll at first, Karaskila at second. Kenny Fermin at short, Nixdorf is at third. They throw and check the runner at first. Furlbeck still is the catcher. So Germany needs to hold here, and the bunt up the third base line is foul. Here's the situation as it stands if Southern Illinois goes on to win this game. They would move on to the championship game with an undefeated record of 3-0. That's popped up on the right side. Look out, and goes out of play. Now the other side of the bracket, Youngstown is undefeated. They are going to be playing Japan coming up in our next game. If Youngstown goes on to win, then there will just be one game tomorrow night. The championship game will be at 7 o'clock. Foul back this way, but it hits the net. If Japan beats Youngstown in the next game, then those two teams would meet again tomorrow. And I'm assuming that game time would be in the afternoon as the pitch is outside. 3-2. Now, if Germany comes back in this game and were to win here in the last inning, popped up toward right field. Center fielder actually calls off. Well, that's Widman. Who calls off the right fielder, makes the catch. F8 on the putout. So if Germany were to come back and win this game here in the 7th inning, then Southern Illinois and Germany would play again tomorrow as well. If they do not come back, then their tournament is over. No balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Check the runner at first. He's back safe, that runner. Gavin Harrell. That's popped out of play. And the seat's toward right, where nobody's setting. And a 3.5-foot person beat a 3.5-foot person, beat a 5.5-foot person to the ball. Which means free ice cream, by the way, if you turn the ball in from Culver's. That's a base hit into center field. Drops in over the shortstop. So Kazi gets the base hit. Harrell winds up at second.
Now batting, second baseman.
So Barrington comes to the plate. Drew is grounded out. He singled and scored. He struck out and he's walked. His 5th at bat here today. Base hit over center field, or into center field rather. And they hold the runner. Oh, it's Engel went too far. The throw home. They have the runner Engel tied up, back and forth. Pickle is what we have, and they tag him out. Nemeth ran too far around the bag between second and third. And so they get Engel in the rundown. Nemeth is at third.
Number 12, Aaron Shepard. Correction. Now batting number 5, Cannon Ashmore. Pitch hitting.
Ashmore at the plate. 8-3 is our score. Eight runs on 13 hits. Runners at second and third. And there's 2 down. Little bitty guy got the ball that time. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Another base hit. 3 in a row. 2 runs come across. As Causey and Barrington come in.
Now batting.
10-3 is our score. As the left-hander Jakob Uber getting knocked around here. Top of the 7th, still 2 down, runners at first. Curveball. With 2 outs, Hubbard is at the plate, 2-0, fouls that one off. Another foul from Hubbard. Nice crowd here at the ballpark. Hope they stick around for the next game between Youngstown and Japan. Should be an entertaining game. Youngstown is a solid team. Ground ball, base hit for Hubbard. He just turned on that one. Smoked it into left field. And now it's going to be Logan Engel that comes to the plate. Another RBI opportunity here, as the runner at second is Ashmore. Hubbard, the runner at first. Pitch taken low from Jakob Uber. left-hander looks in, gets his sign, the 1-0. Check swing, did not go around. Ball low. Another foul by Engel. Here's the pitch from Uber. Off the plate, missed it, 3-2. Ball 4, walked him. Southern Illinois pouring it on here.
Now batting, first baseman, number 27,
Talon
Talon Nemeth.
Nemeth comes to the plate. That was back this way. Nemeth batting .500 in the tournament. Here's the pitch from Uber, misses. Two balls and one strike. That's a ground ball towards short. Flip to second for the out, and that ends the inning. As we head to the bottom of the seventh, Germany needs 7 runs to tie, 8 to win it here at the 2023 Colt World Series. Kenny Vermeen is leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 7 runs needed by Team Germany, the German Baseball Academy. If they don't get them, their tournament is done. Pop fly. Left side coming in is Causey. Oh, it falls! As Engel was there. And that's not a good way to start things off. Vermeen singles. And he has scored every time he's gotten on. He's walked twice and singled. He scored all 3 of Germany's runs, so you know he is going to be on the run here. The pitch misses low. Yona Widman is the batter. No balls, 2 strikes. Fouled out of play. The 0-2 popped up. Who's going to take control of this one? Nobody does. Second hit in a row where there's poor communication out. They're in tough spots, but somebody's got to get there, and that's the shortstop's ball. That's Engel's ball. It is his responsibility to go until he hears somebody call him off. And the left fielder in Causey had a long way to go in both of them. And so Logan Engel, the shortstop, that's his ball. So 2 back-to-back singles. And so now
Now playing left field for Team Southern Illinois, Brady Phillips, number 14.
some back-to-back singles to left that drop in. Poor communication. There's a pop fly behind third. That's the shortstop's ball every single time. That is always the rule. And that's why you see that. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Foul back this way. 2-1 now to Karaskia. So the umpire needs some new baseballs. He goes over to get them. 2 balls and 1 strike. So the umpire set. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. 10-3 ball game. Trying to close it out is Fuqua. Randy came in. He's thrown 24 pitches. He's working his second inning of work. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. There's out number one. So Lasse Nixdorf is going to come to the plate.
Now batting, third baseman, number 8, Lasse Nixdorf.
Pitch up to Los Nixdorf. 2-0. That is fouled into the netting below. Still 10-3 is our score. Three balls and one strike. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Nope, excuse me. Yeah, bases loaded. That's what I thought. Vermeen is the runner at third. Weedman at second. Nixdorf the runner now at first. And that is bringing up the catcher. Furlbeck can pop a baseball. And that is a fly ball toward left. Making the catch. Here's the throw to the plate. Good throw. Good cut. Good defense out there by Phillips.
Now batting, first baseman, number 27, Felix Stroll.
Felix Stroll is the batter. Two balls and no strikes. So with 2 outs, 2 balls, and 1 strike. Popped up out of play. Here's the pitch from Fuqua, trying to close it out. Throws it away. No place to go with the runner. On a full count now. This is it for Fuqua. Strike 3, struck him out. 10-3, the final score. And Southern Illinois is on their way to the championship game after a 10-3 win here over Paderborn, Germany. 10-3, the final score. That would be 10 runs on 15 hits. No errors for Southern Illinois. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors committed by Germany. 10-3, the final score. So Southern Illinois is into the championship game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Paderborn, Germany, what a team they are. Their season comes to a close here at the Colt World Series. And we want to say thank you to everyone there with the Team Germany. They've been awesome to work with. They play great baseball, and it's been a lot of fun to watch them. That's the ball game. 10-3. Southern Illinois advances. Coming up, we got the final game of the night. Youngstown, Ohio, and Chiba, Japan. Coming up in about 1 hour from now or less. We'll have it for you coming up. Thanks for watching the